Folks, we are here around the Paynesville Town Hall community where there is this 40-foot continuum that have caused the entire lane leaving from the red light area to the TrueLiberia junction. So as you speak, the free flow of traffic has been diverted to the Paynesville Town Hall community instead of coming around the Juba area. So there is this emergency alert to officers of the Liberia National Aim to see how best they can have the truck removed here. It is a 40-foot continuum heavily loaded with goods. We are yet to know what exactly is in the container, but as we speak, the truck is leaning one side, and which makes it very difficult and very risky for passerby and motorists along this route. So a camera to show you exactly the position of the truck here around the Paynesville Town Hall. So there you have it. And it's been here for nearly an hour or so. Is leaning on the right side here. So I'm imagining how exactly this happened, how this situation occurred here, but the free flow of traffic is being directed, or if not diverted, to the Paynesville Town Hall. So wherever you are and however you are watching, if you are coming via the way of red light and making your way to TrueLiberia junction, there is a 40-foot continuum that is crossed on the main road here, causing a total disturbance for the free flow of traffic here just around the Paynesville Town Hall junction, coming from the Juba area, just a stone throw away from or opposite the Cool FM radio station is where we are coming to you live. So folks, however you are watching, this is an SOS call to the Liberia National Police to move in swiftly and see how best they can help the situation at hand. It's about 23 minutes past 6 o'clock, and darkness is just close to. So we are raising this alert for motorists and folks from the Liberia National Police to see how best they can move in quickly. The Liberia traffic management, that they can move in and see how best they can have this removed from the main road. So let's move a little bit on the main road to see if we can give you a pictorial view of what. Let's see if we can move a little bit further to give you a pictorial look of what is happening here. So just around the Juba community, just around the Juba community is where we are coming to you live. A 40-foot continuum truck crossed on the main road to the TrueLiberia junction, causing a total embarrassment for motorists, and it's very risky for pedestrians as well. So if you are just joining this broadcast, we love to say this is an SOS call to the Liberia National Police, specifically the traffic division at the Liberia National Police, that there is an emergency situation here around the Paynesville Juba community, where you have this so let's just show the direction, talking about where exactly this is happening. So you want to this is the main route from red light. So you see, this is the main route from red light, and vehicles coming from the red light area will have to use the detour to pass through the Paynesville Town Hall to make your way around the Juba area. But this entire stretch of the road at the moment is completely inaccessible to vehicles wanting to plow this route. This is because of this vehicle, this 40-foot container that got entrapped after a tribe leaving the main road to branch in. I'm told that there are folks here who are the owners of this container, and there are goods within it. So the container, or the driver of this vehicle, was actually making its way. So this is the embarrassment that you're going to have. You see, folks here are coming unknowingly, some not knowing that, even though the police have placed an indication ahead of this vehicle, but yet and say you have a motorcyclist who will always want to breach the police protocols. But we say we are hoping that the relevant authorities from the Liberia National Police, specifically the traffic division, can move in swiftly and see our best they can have this vehicle removed, or if not, because it's almost impossible that you have this vehicle leaving this spot without removing the container from the vehicle. So, but it's leaning in a very critical position, which makes it almost dangerous for the safety of pedestrians along this route. So if you are wondering why the traffic is being diverted toward the Paynesville Town Hall community, this is because of a 40-foot container truck that is crossed on the main road because of the weight of the container and the attempt made by the driver to do what we call a curve reverse driving, to leave the main road in a situation or a position that seems almost difficult, but he tried making it possible, and he actually resulted into what we are looking at right now. So maybe if they can have a crane coming in to airlift that in my mind will be a better one, but so we stay here just opposite the QFN radio station is where we are bringing you this live broadcast, and I'm here with my colleague Aaron Talu. Jointly we are bringing you this emergency traffic alert from the Paynesville Juba community, where this truck got entrapped in a very tiny space. This space was obviously a very tiny space to have had the driver of this truck wanting to reverse, and I see another truck is back there. I'm told the driver of that vehicle is attempting to see if he can make his way out here, but let's see how possible would that be, because the space here again is also a tiny space, and he's attempting to come out after offloading the container. And I'm told some of the drivers here are working on a commission basis, so right after offloading the goods you have to return to base. So looking at the driver being here for the longest may seem as an embarrassment, so he's trying to make his way out here, and this is not safe to me. This is not actually safe in my mind. The space here is very tiny. The space here is very tiny, and it's almost like adding insults to injury. But let's see how that skill will work up. So it's 6:36, and we are still here, hoping that the authority responsible for this will come in swiftly. The National Police, the traffic division, or the Liberia Traffic Management. Already we have folks from the Liberia National Police, but they are far ahead somewhere around the Duboro junction, diverting the traffic so that folks will not unknowingly bump into this situation here. But drivers here are trying to manage their way out, even though there is a situation here that is of urgency, but folks here are trying to see if they can pass their way by and see this truck 621 also carrying another container. There you see another container again, way around the Paynesville Town Hall junction. So I don't know what exactly. I want to believe that there should be a business center or store around here that is bringing in goods from the borough, and that you have the drivers here will obviously manage their way, but for this case it is almost impossible. Drivers here are left with no alternative. So I see another container truck is making its way here, even though the previous truck is yet to come out because of the blockade being done by this truck. But the cream could be the best option to airlift. The cream could be the best option to airlift this truck or the container. So another container truck. So let's see the idea that the guys are trying to let's see the idea that the folks here are trying to establish. It's getting interesting by the moment. Aaron, you want us to go a little bit far from this place? The guys are saying that they can strategize to have this truck removed. So they've brought in another container truck that is going to be a support arm to the leaning container. But let's see how that is going to work out for them. So let's see how this idea will help to remove the truck here that has caused a total embarrassment for motorists. Intending to use the ELWA Juba route. So folks, we say thanks for joining us live from the Paynesville Juba community. It's where we are bringing you this live coverage. So if you are making your way via the red light and we want to have you informed that there is a 40-foot container that is leaning, heavily leaning, and it's almost about to drop. So, which is causing serious embarrassment for motorists and the free flow of traffic as well. But already we have folks from the Liberia Traffic Management who are making their presence felt here, but not necessarily with the needed equipment to have this truck removed. So it's 30 minutes up to 7 o'clock. And we are still here making sure that the folks can have this vehicle removed. It's a tricky situation here, but the drivers are making folks around here to believe that without the it seems like they have resolved to using this container as a blockade so that this container can rest upon this other container truck that just arrived here, and after they shall remove the goods from the leaning container, then they will have it removed, because it is the weight that is causing the container to lean heavily, and that is almost falling.
So y'all want to open it? Yeah.
So folks are changing ideas or intended to have the truck removed from the main road. Good for them is that there is a suitable route to escape this scene, which is the Paynesville Town Hall. So once you are coming via the way of red light, you don't need to use the Juba route because there is an emergency situation here where a truck carrying a 40-foot container is leaning heavily. And it's even crossed on the main road, making it 100% impossible for a vehicle to plow this route, specifically the main route.
Now, the only way it can work when they put a pin to the way, the police sit up back on the track. No way. Team there, you want to team there, on the free on the stand there. Yeah, we pin up, we pin up, we put on our good boy, then what is two, then we have what we get to the red back on the track. I can't say again, I was ready to die there. Red back on it.
They try to whip that around. They can hold it. It will sit on. They try to whip that around. They put you there. No problem. No listen, I come in. I told the man, I said, one is about more. Amen. The thing I told the man always said to me. That was saying, listen, the meeting, but every day the man paid all the money, but the way I can almost 2-3 days, it's supposed to get to a percentage of the money, let me go to the bottom. Don't I just see the man?
What did I offer? I never put it.
So it's exactly 7 o'clock from where we are broadcasting, and we are yet to get a clear pathway to having this truck removed.
I was saying, boy, people the men also are why they tell the message. They make me go and bring it. But let me they make me go. They make me move for him. They make her. They make her. Let's see man apartment. Take me to
If you are wondering why all of the cars are being told to use the Paynesville Town Hall route, this is as a result of a container truck that is crossed vertically on the main road, and it's heavily leaning towards falling on the right lane or the right portion of the truck. And folks here seems to be out of every necessary idea to have the truck removed. From what I've eavesdropped from the folks here, it seems like they've resolved to having this truck removed or by the morning hours of tomorrow, because all they do right now is to stand and they are not making any effort. So I don't know as to whether there is one thing that the traffic division of the Liberia National Police should take into consideration is the fact that that division should have a cream. I've seen so many container trucks experience a major breakdown at strategic points or locations along the various corridors, but to have them removed has been an issue in time past for the Liberia National Police. So you see them, they will visit the scene, but to have an immediate solution to such problem has been a challenge for the traffic division at the Liberia National Police. But we are still here. And making sure that there is a way out, or there is a significant amount of information put out there to the public, informing them of what is unfolding ahead of them, rather than the folks bumping into a scene.
Well, the way now look at
You're coming, but how long are we gonna wait for you here? You can't move the thing for you, blocking traffic off. I'll call police directly. What? You gotta hurry up, move the truck from here. I was blocking other folks, street movement. Why you be sitting at the house and say can't move something? You say you speaking what? Hello. Yo, tell this guy that he can't move this something.
Who talking? You call bossman to put fire and I think he can go?
Yeah.
He didn't understand you people. People sitting at home. I don't know. No, like somebody calling.
What you do yourself? You talking?
What's the next solution if they can't come? What's the next way we can do it? The gentleman calling?
Bossman? Yeah, police are already on the ground here. Yeah, bossman, but the police already on the ground here. Police on the ground here. Police here. Police here, don't worry.
You guys using the microphone to record a conversation here? You should be getting that noise in the microphone by yourself. By yourself?
It's safety.
Before I try to everything finish. Where are you from?
What is that?
Water put water. So water.
Mr. Water.
I know, man. I see water.
Oh, it's right.
Yeah. Look at so far.
Seven 7:22. There isn't a clear pathway to resolve this situation here. Another time you hear the folks here calling a fellow who they say has the key to the container, and that they would love to open it and offload the goods so that the weight on the truck can be removed. But how soon will the person be here? It's the $1,000,000 question. I'm told that what is contained in this container is drip medical consignment. So let's see what this fellow is. The guy who they've been calling all day.
Make sure
Okay, if you do 20 to be behind or 20. See how you want to take off so much inside the better. Nothing happened to him.
So the folks are trying to see if they can open the container and have and make use of the energetic men here on ground to offload the container.
Almost since 2 o'clock in the morning, they have done the day.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
and I ran for the radio station, I got happy.
So why they put it up? So why they put it up?
So they are everything and if you know so you can put it.
We're going live here.
Before you fall out.
Where you can put it right.
Give microphone. All I told you.
Okay, Forget it.
Pull it back and go down and bring it again, no way.
You people are online and then having conversation with you. Why?
What is it again?
Because of you, the body. Yeah, you like why you go by.
So folks, we want to say thanks for joining us here, and the guys have already resolved to they continue to have the goods offload, and this is how I want to bring this broadcast to a closure. Aaron Talu has been behind camera. My name is Aisin Liba. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.